So what year did you graduate from?
2011.
2011.
Yeah. So most of my friends from college would have just graduated college if they did 4 years. Yeah.
What do you remember most about FCHS?
Oh man, my friends. My senior year, I kind of got more involved. Like I got into student council and doing stuff like that. So that was really cool for me. Yeah, I remember so much. Like just walking the hallways, like all my classes. Physics was awesome. Mr. Steinley. I remember Miss Dietrich. I don't know. I think she retired, but she definitely made an impact. That was like the hardest class of my life. Junior year English. Yeah.
When did you know you wanted to be a dancer?
I started dancing at maybe 11 years old, and at first I didn't know you could do it as a career. I wasn't really like preoccupied with finding a career at that point because you're so young, you know. But as soon as I figured out that people like did that as a job, I think I wanted to, you know. It was like, oh, you can just go like dance,
Yeah.
and that's it, and you get paid. Wait.
What does dancing mean to you in your life?
Oh man. It's so much now. It's always been so much. It's like so expressive. And music and dance are like so connected to me. It's all kind of like just a big passion. For me, when I was younger, it was like I'd found the key to life or something. Like I'd found like the purest way of expressing myself, you know? And now it's like, it's still that, and I'm still exploring that. But now it's like the reason I travel. The reason I make money and get to live how I live, you know? It's so much. Like, so much of my life has revolved around like the work that I put in, but then like reaping the rewards from that, you know?
Yeah. Were other people supportive of this passion?
For the most part, yeah. And school-wise, it was hard because not everyone got it. And being a guy dancer is different too. Like it's still considered like a girly thing. Like they just didn't get what it was. And I didn't. You can't expect everyone to understand it, you know. But it was hard because I got made fun of a lot. Like especially junior high was the worst. It was the hardest probably. Just getting bullied a lot. Like on the one end, I'd found something I was so passionate about, and then on the other side, people were treating me. It was just hard to put it together. Like people were treating me different, but it was like, wait, you don't get it. I found something that I like love and want to do with my whole life, you know?
Yeah.
So it was hard in that way, but in terms of like my family, I always had support, which is amazing, and my friends supported me. I even had friends that like a lot of my friends that weren't dancers and didn't really understand it. They still supported that, you know, because they could tell that I was passionate about it. So I had support, you know, and I definitely needed that to get to what I'm doing now and to keep doing what I'm doing, you know. Now the support is even bigger because people can understand the scale that I'm doing it on, you know, because I get to share doing things like this.
How did you get where you are today?
Just training hard.
Yeah.
A lot of hours in the studio. Like I was basically like working a job outside of school. That's like what it was like. It was like sometimes 40 hours a week, like always traveling to Denver from Fort Collins, just dancing every weekend. It was like dance events. It was just a lot of hard work, you know. But I mean, now it's like I just get to travel and dance.
What's it like being on the 1989 tour?
Amazing. I'm so thankful for it. This is like pretty once in a lifetime. Like this is probably the biggest tour in the world at this moment. And so you get to see things that like even people that are entertainers don't get to see, you know? Like we perform in stadiums, like that's tens of thousands of people. It's so powerful, you know? So many like guest artists have come through. Like we've just gotten to see so many other awesome performers come in and like guest perform. So that's been awesome because it's just like getting to see a new concert every night or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then the travel, like it's just taking me all over the world.
Yeah.
We did Europe and what's up, Robert? We did Europe and later in the year we're doing Asia and Australia.
What would you say has been a highlight of your tour?
There's a lot, but on this tour we did this show in London in Hyde Park, and it was like this big festival, and we were the headliner of the festival. Taylor was, and we got to play like our whole show basically, and it was like looking over like an ocean of people because everyone was standing. So it just went forever, and it was outside, and it was like the sun was setting, and it was just a moment where you're like just taking it in so much that you're like, you just want to cry. It's just beautiful.
What's it like working with Taylor Swift?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful for that because in this industry, there's a lot of opportunity for it not to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of crazy people out there, and I know like fame, and it's just it's a crazy world, you know. But she's awesome. Like you can tell how much she cares about people, and really like just wants to give, you know. Like she's so giving with her performance, but also just with her energy, like giving to us. I told her that yesterday. We always do like a little sort of prayer before every show, and I got to give one of us does a speech every time, and I got to do it yesterday because it's like my hometown, you know. And I just got to say thank you because like she's the reason that I get to do this.
Yeah.
She's the reason that I get to like travel the world.
How has your daily life changed as a result of this success?
Okay, which side are you on? Like, more time
Wow. I mean, it's completely different now. And I started doing stuff like this as soon as I got out of high school, so my daily life changed almost immediately, you know, because it was like, it went from like preparing, that's what it felt like preparing for this, to sort of like jumping in and sort of living it, you know. And so I think generally I enjoy more of my days because I'm just doing things I enjoy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just get to have fun.
Are there any challenges that stardom sort of presents?
I mean, I don't have stardom, but there's definitely challenges of like the travel and things. Like there's no real like stability.
Yeah.
Like you kind of live in a bubble, you know, and it's such a beautiful way to live, but at the same time, like I don't have a home, you know, and so it's like it's just a lot to process.
Yeah.
You're seeing so much so fast, but I'm grateful to have that challenge.
Yeah.
And it can be exhausting too, because it's like the travel and the schedule, like it can be exhausting, but it's way worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to perform on stage?
That's what I live for. There's like nothing really quite like that.
Do you have any hopes or goals for the future?
Yeah, I've been making a lot of music on my own, so that's like what I spend my free time doing. So I want to keep doing what I'm doing, performing in front of people, but I want to transition into doing it with my own music, you know, and sharing my own stuff.
Yeah.
And then I've been doing some like acting roles and things, some like smaller stuff, but I'd like to do more of that too. just basically keep expanding, keep doing what I'm doing, and keep creating.
Have any other life advice for your fellow Lancers?
Oh man. Well, thank you to Collins first of all, just for an awesome 4 years, and to all my friends there, to John and Nick, Collins. Yeah, if you find something you're passionate about, just fly with that. I think that's like maybe the biggest thing. You know, it's so easy to kind of get discouraged too. But it feels like now is a point in my life where all of that's kind of coming into fruition. Like realizing everything that I worked for is like right in front of my eyes. So it's kind of trippy in that way, but yeah, just keep finding what you love and just keep doing that and breathe.
Anything else you'd like the Collins community to know about?
I'm just proud to be a Lampkin.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. So good to meet you.